Yes, you talked about the deferred payment for land. I like that part of it. You know why? When you mentioned that I said deferred payment for land and everything, the three elder statesmen there, they were very excited. Abi? Now the issue is this. We are not businessmen, but I want to grow the economy of Lagos. But my primary concern is about you being able to engage those who are unemployed. That's what is driving me. For every business that ports in Lagos, I take away people from the street, which we are going to employ. So how can I do it in a variant that I don't lose focus on what I want to achieve and at the same time reduce unemployment? So it's by case basis. When I say deferred payment, I can decide now and say this particular project you are bringing is going to employ 200 Lagosians. If I tell you to pay X amount, I may not be able to employ those people in the next 6 months. So can't we reach a compromise? I can take the charge for the land and say maybe other charges. I will leave it. Once you can give me assurance that you have a financial close to commence construction, I reduce people on the streets. The day you start construction, you are going to employ bricklayers, you are going to buy sand, the woman selling food for the carpenter. That's my thinking. I'm thinking immediately you just do foundation. You have taken away almost like 20 people. So my take is this, is on a case-by-case basis and on which project. You won't say you, because you want to build your house, I will say that you should. Do you understand what I'm saying? But if it is something that has a social impact, we can tell you that you should not pay building permit now or something. And then once you start operation, you pay us later. Because it's part of what you will expense. Because that reduces the cost that you are going to do, because we are in agreement. Because it has a social impact. That's what I mean by deferred payment. It's not that the land is free. Okay. So, I also like to take what Moabudu said. Good. Just like we said about creativity and then innovation. Yes, maybe it's time for us to set up a think tank and allow the people from within to actually have that creative sector, and then we actually, address it. I just think the takeaway here is that government should now give it direction and then guidance, and then somehow intervene by putting a fund in it to allow those in the industry to drive it. So what's the whole essence anyway? Because we are not having white-collar jobs anymore, those creative talents and the creative services, we can put some fund in it. It's a social fund. Just the same way we have done Employment Trust Fund. I mean, Employment Trust Fund, maybe interest on it is 5%. For 50,000, maximum of 5 million. No bank will give them at 5%. But there's a social value we have done. And the same thing should be done also for that. And then we allow, as we move on immediately, government will find a way to set that structure and then create a guidance around it and put a fund into it also. Mr. Kanan, thank you very much. You said you didn't want to talk about the gridlock in Igomu, but you said it. But obviously, let me tell you the solution I'm trying to create. I mean, just for the benefit of everybody. There is a truck park at Orile Igomu that is taking about 350 trucks right now. But again, there's a land space just by it that can take 1,300 trucks. So we've already engaged. We're doing a meeting today. We want to see how quickly we can do that and allow all the trucks, in conjunction with all the companies and the MPA, to berth in that place and then move to Apapa from there, so that we can have space to now rehabilitate that place. I want to say a big thank you to Alhaji Dangote. He's doing some rehabilitation in the place. But again, the same kind of approach, we make sure that we allow the federal government to actually do what it is that they want to do there. But again, we can complement each other so that we can reduce the sufferings of our people. That's the whole essence of governance anyway, and we'll try to do that. And then finally, he talked about the upscaling the mental infrastructure. You know, that one is the major challenge. The belief that everything is free. The belief that I don't need to pay taxes. The truth is this: those of us that have cooperated to pay are funding a larger portion of Lagos who are not paying. But the truth is this: for every infrastructure, there is no creed, there's no color, and there's no religion. Anybody goes on the infrastructure without knowing how it came there. The idea is that give us more. So obviously, we need to invest in public advocacy and public enlightenment. We need to tell our people that they are the owners of the infrastructure. Some incident happened yesterday along the Ikorodu axis. And then, you know what, the people in the neighborhood decided that the way to get at it is to burn all the BRT buses. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, without realizing that you actually use your own taxes that you pay to do it anyway. So you have to put more taxes to be able to buy the buses. So this attitude that this property is owned by government is wrong. Am I government? I'm just saying, I'm passing through. The people are the government. They're the owners of the assets. And then when you decide to say it doesn't concern you, look at all the bollards that we have put in place just to prevent people. And then let me tell you why I did the bollards, the yellow-white thing that you see at the junctions. There was a bus that entered into the river in Ikorodu axis at that Ambode Oniri. And the only reason why they entered was that they did not see the junction and enter into the water. And then we lost almost like 8 people. So my take was, you know what? Why can't I put bollards across all junctions and people can see? Have you gone on the streets of Lagos? You see there, plumber, 0803, something. They are using it as advert boards. And then you put wire mesh not to allow people to cross so that vehicles will not run over them. They will cut it. So I'm laughing at myself. Is it my money? I will go and use your money again to replace the wire mesh. And then that's how you dissipate money into unnecessary items and you don't face the main item. So the attitude of our people, we need to invest in it and change it. You know, civil society has to help us. And I just think, you know what, like we said about tax fatigue, is about our perception of governance. You know, we get this feeling that, what are they doing? They will steal the money. They will burn the money. They won't do anything. But we are saying now that in the last 2.5 years, we have given more value than the money that has been given to us. So it's about trust, it's about confidence, and then, you know, we just believe that that's what we should do. And I just think on that note, we want to say a big thank you to everyone. This has been a very rewarding conversation. And I just think that, will I be able to do this again? Yes, okay. Will you come?
Yes.
Then you come with your tax receipts, right? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you very much. Now, the governor has just requested that we listen to a short remark from a man who is also doing a lot for the youth in Nigeria and indeed across Africa, Mr. Tony Elumelu of the Tony Elumelu Foundation. Let's put our hands together for him, please. Let's get a microphone to him quickly, please.